All right, Andrew says his nephew has crossed the line with his wife. Andrew, what's going on?
It's complicated, Jerry.
Yeah.
Me and my wife been together for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Married for 8.
Yes.
We got 4 kids together, and I love her, you know?
Great.
And I did something stupid. I decided we're gonna have an open relationship.
Was the marriage in trouble at the time you suggested this?
Yes. It all stemmed because I had cheated on her right after the second kid.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you cheated on her, she got angry with you, she found out about it, right?
Mm-hmm. And we talked, and this was my idea to make it better. I figured.
So you said it's okay if she goes and sleeps with other guys?
Right, but we had rules.
And what are these rules?
You don't cross the line where you fall in love or you take away from each other. You know, this was supposed to build us up, not tear us down.
So she agrees, and you two have an open marriage?
We had.
Okay, what happened?
Okay, it lasted for about 8 months. We were living in Oklahoma at the time.
Yes.
In about 8 months, it was pretty good. She had a boyfriend, I had a girlfriend. 2 or 3 times, that was it. It was time for me to come back home. So we moved back home, and that was pretty much the end of it. Well, my nephew was staying with us.
Your nephew was staying with you?
My nephew. He was staying with us. He needed a place to stay, so he was there. I made another dumb decision.
What was that?
I decided to let her and him sleep together.
Whoa. Wait, so you suggest an open marriage, and then you say it's okay if she sleeps with your nephew.
Right.
How often did they do it? Was it on a regular basis, or?
That was why we moved back to Oklahoma again, because it turned out that it was a lot more than we agreed upon. She broke the rules.
And where was this?
Okay, this was in Louisiana. This was back in New Orleans.
Okay.
She started getting further and further apart away from me. We weren't having sex.
So she started to have feelings for your nephew?
I believe so, because
That's what the problem was.
Right, so I did some research. I got him drunk, I grabbed his phone,
This
I went
is
through
great
his
research.
phone.
Normally I go to the library.
Yeah.
But okay.
I grabbed her phone, I grabbed his phone, and I went through the messages, and it was a lot more than I was told. They were having sex every chance they got. I went to the store.
Oh, so they were getting a real love affair going on. Oh.
And they were texting each other, I love you, I wish we could get rid of this, wish we could do this. So I grabbed a bucket of water and woke up my nephew off the couch, woke up my wife, I whooped his ass, packed my stuff, left. And I went to Oklahoma.
I guess Oklahoma is a refuge for people running away from Okay, so you're there in Oklahoma now, and your wife is sleeping with your nephew.
She did for a little bit, and then they broke it off, and she got a boyfriend for about 6, 8 months. And while she was down in New Orleans, I was up in Oklahoma. I was working, just trying to get myself right.
Oh, yeah.
We started talking. We made up. Christmas Eve, I surprise everyone. I show up. All my kids are happy. I snatch them up. We go to Oklahoma, and we start over.
So the whole family's moved to Oklahoma?
The whole family.
Your nephew?
Except for my nephew, right.
Okay, so what's the problem now?
The problem now is, for the last 3 years or so, I haven't cheated. I've been faithful. I've been working on a relationship.
Yeah.
I've held down a job and everything. And then we recently had to move back to New Orleans due to family issues.
This is not going to end well.
Well,
you go to New Orleans, are they back together again?
I invited him up about 3 weeks ago, and he hasn't left, and I think it's happening again.
You understand, you brought all this on.
Hey, everybody makes mistakes, Jerry.
All right, good. Wait a minute. But you keep going back to situations which invites your nephew back into the picture.
I thought we had mended that fence a long time ago.
I see. All right, so you want to find out, is your wife still sleeping with your nephew?
Right, Jerry.
Here is your wife, Becca. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. What were you, and then I'll let you guys talk. What were you first thinking when he said to you, let's have an open marriage?
Basically, that is his way of justifying his cheating.
I see. Now, who brought it up to his nephew? Did you go to him and say, hey?
Yeah,
Andrew
I talked to him.
And so his reaction when you said to him, hey, you want to sleep together, was?
At first, he was like, no, that's not going to happen, you know,
Okay.
I'm not cool with it. And then after spending more time with him and he I guess, got the thought in his head, he's like, you know what? I think I'm going to go with it too, yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to say to her?
So you know that the last couple of weeks that Keith's been at the house, that you and I have not been seeing eye to eye. And I just want to ask you, are you cheating on me with my nephew again?
Yeah?
Why? What am I doing now? I've been faithful for 3 years. I've held down a job, I paid the bills, I moved us, I had all the kids were good. And you want to do this again for no reason? I thought we did this already.
For one, you don't got to yell at me, because that really ticks me off.
You don't got to do my nephew either.
You can talk to me normal. Thank you. And for one, you have not held down a job. He sits at the house all day and does absolutely nothing.
How can I look for a job if you got me stuck with 4 kids, no gas, no car, and you out working all hours of the night and day? I got that. You want to provide. But I don't have the opportunity to go. We don't have Wi-Fi at the house. I don't even have signal to get on the computer to sit there and look for a job, let alone drive around.
You have an excuse for every single thing. Everything. I can tell you anything, you're going to give me an excuse. No matter what it is.
So what's your excuse for doing Keith? So
did you know that going back to New Orleans, that you would wind up sleeping with him again?
No. I didn't know until I saw him and the feelings came back that it would even be an issue. I didn't go out to intentionally hurt him or anything like that. You know,
sure didn't waste any time.
I just went and picked him up. That was it.
Do you have any love for him?
Yeah, sure. I love him.
I love you too. But I mean, this is just a little messed up, don't you think? I mean, we fixed this. We talked this through.
But it's not fixed. That's the problem.
Then why don't you say something besides just...
I do. You don't listen to me. You never listen. Every time I try to express myself, you just yell at me. You just did it a little while ago.
Well, what do you want him to do? I mean, what would fix it?
I want him to be a man. He is not.
Would an operation help, or? No. Well, what you mean? He should have a job, or
It's not just a job. If you're going to be a stay-at-home parent, why can't he do what I do? When I stay at home, you know, the house is clean, dinner's cooked, you know, kids are in the bath.
I see.
In bed. He can't do that.
I do that.
No, you don't do that. I come home,
Right.
I'm coming home to work, after work, and the house is just disgusting. Stuff everywhere. I can't remember the last time you took the trash out. I do that too.
So she's got a point. I mean, you may be unhappy that you don't have an outside job, but the fact is, if she's telling the truth, you're at home and you're really not taking care of things that like she would when she was home.
Well, I'm not going to do it to the level she does it. I mean, her standards are way up here. And, you know, I'm a guy who's trying to take care of 4 kids. I'm not used to it. So if I don't use the Lysol instead of the Mr. Clean,
yeah,
you know, she gets mad.
Then use the Mr. Clean. I don't understand what's so hard about
See if we can get a
it.
sponsorship. Yeah. Okay, here's Keith.
Again?
Need to clarify, you did not whoop my ass the first time. Just so you know. Just so you know.
Yeah. In my house, bro. In front of my kids. I mean, come on, that's a line.
I mean, you put me in this position, to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
I invited you to come up because we made this fence. That was 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and you gonna come back and do that?
Well,
Seriously, son?
I tried to, like, not let it happen, but I mean,
You didn't try very hard? I mean, damn, son. You're gonna come up. I invited you up just to come out and hang out. You wanna...
I mean, it's your wife. You should have under control. I mean...
This is a situation where I assume all three of you know that this is a little bit different, that maybe, I mean, you bear the initial responsibility because it was your idea. Okay, I understand you're upset now and you'd like it to be over, but you opened the door here.
Thought it was closed.
You two each have the ability to stop the situation, or I guess you're saying you love him so much that you're willing to leave, or where are you with this? What do you want to say to him?
I mean, I care about you, but that's as far as it really goes, to be honest with you. You know, it basically happened. Weak moment. Maybe it shouldn't have. I really don't care, to be honest with you.
What?
Just a sexual thing.
Oh.
That's it, to me.
Okay, so you're saying it's not that you love her, but it was...
Sexual feelings? That's about it.
Well, if that's it, then just from your own point of view, it's crazy to continue this just because look at all the havoc you're bringing in your lives. You know, it's not... You're telling me it's not an uncontrollable love. There are other people in the world that have, you know, sexual feelings with. Are you going to try to make... Look, I'm not lecturing you here. You decide what you want to do with your life. I'm just asking. Are you going to try to make this work, or is this hopeless and you're just ready to move on, regardless of what happens there?
I'm fighting for you. Come on, baby.
I mean, it is worth it to try, at least. At least try.
We'll be back. Thanks for watching. Now please approach the bench. The way I look at it, you have two options here. Option A, watch more Judge Jerry. Option B, watch more Jerry Springer. The choice is yours. Now get out of my courtroom. You have more clips to watch. And don't forget to subscribe.